It's Michelle.
It is. So we didn't get to have a live yesterday because the computer went kaput and it wasn't made to happen anyway. So I was waiting to see why it was postponed. And then Michelle texted me this morning saying, hey, I know why it was postponed and I'm going to tell you on the live. So I don't know. I'm finding out with y'all. Crazy. So today,
Rainbow Man.
Why we don't want to look back, why we got to move forward. On December 12th, Loki, Azra left the cave, right? The cave that they've been sleeping in for like 35,000 years. He left it. And it was hard to do, but why do we want to do that? We're going to talk about all that crap today. We've got Angie and Destiny here. Hi there, girls, and hey, hello.
Hello. Angie, Squidward.
Yeah. Welcome to our Tuesday teaching on Wednesday.
Come on, Angie, join us. Come on, Angie. You're joining Destiny. Angie, come on. Angie, Michelle, join us.
Yep, we got this. Cleo, Turtle.
Cleo, come on. Turtles in the background.
They're always doing that. Yeah.
They actually are. Dylan says he watches them all the time.
They smack each other's faces. They'll get up in each faces and they'll start moving their feet real fast. Like, I'm going to smack your face. It's
so fascinating.
It is. So I recommend getting turtles. So before we hear why we were postponed yesterday, I pulled a little card and it says, when it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. And those are ways out. Those are ways to have light be brought to us. It's faith. Have some faith. And that's part of our message today is have some faith.
You got to have faith. You got to have faith, the faith, the faith. You got to have faith, the faith, the faith. Oh. No, we just need the butt, but we don't need the butt, really.
Let's Google that and watch it again.
George Michael's.
Oh, yeah. Yes, please.
More of that.
We had Wham shirts. Do you remember that? We went to Florida for something and we got Wham shirts. We were so cool.
Love both of them. My God.
Ew.
I still do. I still do. The kids see pictures of them and Laura goes, what the hell were you guys thinking? I'm like, and Duran.
Again. Hi. Yeah.
And their music. I've heard their music. Their music is fantastic.
It's next level stuff. The Planet Earth, they had such unique songs for the kind of band that they were.
Hungry Like the Wolf.
Yes, Hungry Like the Wolf. Oh my God. The Union of the Snake.
That reminds me of Lazarus.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. If you guys listen to that song, Union of the Snake by Duran. I just lost it. We had a Duran board game. Mom and Dad still have it.
I have it here.
Oh, you've got it now? Heck yeah, because it was
Mom and Dad said, get it the hell out of our house. We played it and the kids, they stopped. They said, can we just play Monopoly? Trevor put Monopoly pieces that make it so I saw on Simon Le Bon you can buy property. And then somehow there was a horror thing somewhere that Trevor added, so I don't know.
Arcadia version 2.0.
I think that was porno joint. I don't know. I think my kids made it more creative and kind of rated R because my kids think that way. They go that way like Loki. So.
They're gutter kids. We're all little gutter kid deep inside. I think y'all are gutter kids too.
Our kids got a little bit hungry and
So let's talk about this. Why were we postponed yesterday? What needed to be learned or known before we were able to bring this message?
Now, this is Locaeus, and I'm excited here. Oh, I'm excited. I'm trying not to cry right now. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to introduce the why. And then it'll make sense to even Angela and our followers. Now, as all of you know, even as we said, spiritual teachers fall apart. We've had Destiny mention that, and I know Angie's been feeling that, and I feel Jennifer and a lot of other people has felt this. Angie's felt this. Let's just say a lot of people has felt this. And Michelle has been just putting a brave face and really falling apart. So Saturday night they went to, and I am starting this out so everybody knows, right? There is a point to this. So went to a restaurant at 5:30, whatever time you went, 5, who knows? Time insignificant. But anyway, Michelle sat next to her mom. Now we never channel in front of your mom and dad. And this night was just Scott, Angie, David, and your mom and dad. But Michelle was sitting with them and such. Your mom. Your mom has been kind of just, I got this music playing right now. It's just getting my heart. Sorry. Is it because I'm bringing out this news? With arms wide open from Creed. It's going to make sense in just a second why I say all this. So if anybody doesn't know this song, look it up now, please, because it's a beautiful song if you don't know it. We can't play it on, we'll get to the band. But everybody noticed Michelle was off. Scott doesn't usually say anything. Angie won't say nothing. David, of course, doesn't notice shit. So, you know, and odd energy anyway. Mom and dad, you know how moms and dads always notice these things. So we gave the reading to your mom. It was a question your mom needed, but you know, your mom took it. But the next, I think it was 2 days later, Angie messaged and said, I need to talk to you, Michelle. Then we text you just now. Michelle's like, okay. Remember, she's like Loki, so you got to throw shit on her just like you throw on Loki because she's so much like freaking Loki and Cosmo, as we know. And you tore into her, but rightfully so, in a good way. Basically, Angie just didn't sugarcoat shit to her. She says, Mom and me are worried. Scott is worried. You weren't the same. You don't look right. It's like you're disconnected. Like you are disconnected. And Michelle was like, that don't make, what? And she blew at anger and fuck, you know, you, and blew at you and found out it wasn't. We were disconnected. We were disconnected from her. And she's just so part of us when when we disconnect, she disconnects. And that's been Michelle's problem. And Angie had to wake not only her, but us. So we took Michelle off, we channeled, and Angie helped, and we've all been good. But it was before, so we could bring in this. So after Angie's own talk with all of us, we woke up and had this talk with Michelle. Basically, we saw the Rainbow Bridge. And it appeared it appeared 2 days ago. Michelle has been excited to be able to say nothing. So with no further, Angie, this reading was supposed to happen. It was not supposed to mention because the news wasn't ready yesterday, but it's ready today because of today's energy in general being beautiful. The energy is cosmic and gorgeous, and the energy as well in Cleo is in wonderful spirit. So as well, it was kind of a sign. Everything on the girls had been gone wonky. Michelle thought was going to have a heart failure over yesterday. Angie was too. Viewers were probably like, what the hell? Because I know a lot of people follow and depend on these. But for the Rainbow Bridge to fully open her magic, we had to give something a chance to be ready. Angela, sorry. Lucifer calls her Angeli. He just loves the name Angeli. Sorry, Angeli. So for Angela showed up this picture, I did it again, showed this picture of us, or showed Loki, Shiva walking out of the cave. She showed Loki's back, Loki, and Azra walking out of this cave. So with no further ado, let's just bring Azra out. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? You feel my energy?
It's been a while.
Yes, it has been a while. You opened up the Rainbow Bridge. All of you have opened up this Rainbow Bridge and allowed me back. I will just update everybody on, and then we continue with the journey out. So very important. I'm going to take over this one.
Okay.
I am not, as of now, part of Loki or none of this energies or Shiva. I am my own. Azura, my female, has been sent to many, many moons away. Because as you all know, that when you are on a cosmic mission for peace, You are often separated by the ones that you love. I was meant to come back, and she was meant to go on further higher standing. I was meant to get the rest of the humans up to the rainbow bridge, up the blue heavens, whatever you want to call your paradise, to teach paradise. So with my heart wide open but my arms and my heart ready to help, we are here right now. So Angie, we just start this journey and we go from here.
Perfect. Well, I want to show the pictures real quick. So this was one of the AI generated Loki leaving the cave. Another AI image. Again, you have the scars and stuff. Another one. And then the rainbow bridge from the AI generated stuff. And I thought these were so amazing. This one was my favorite.
That's because that's what it looks like.
Yes, that's what it looks like. And then this one was just beautiful to share.
Most of humans will see that one, the double rainbow. Most of you will see that one. The Asgard, the Asgard rainbow bridge, that's what it looks like.
Amazing. Right. So Angie said she loves it. This is great. Yes. So I guess let's dig into it. Why do we want to be present and look ahead and not dwell on our past? Because it does seem to be like a theme in the Bible with Lazarus. So Lazarus was raised from the dead, and now he was given a new life. So he left the bindings, he left that town, he left that space to go be something new. When Jesus died on the cross, he left that to go be something new. We're not supposed to dwell, we're supposed to move forward, and it's all over the Bible. So let's talk about it. Why and how do we do these?
Well, it is. I love that you mentioned that. If you hear these beautiful songs, Rise Up, Lazarus, the commission from the same group, Cain, no coincidence, Cain. And all these beautiful songs that deal with climbing up a mountain, talking about Lazarus opening up, was basically a metaphor for saying there will be a time where Jesus himself, the Holy Spirit, will knock on your cave to get you out. I was just an example to show you all to get out of that cave. My 35,000 years when me and Azura went in seemed hopeless. It seemed like we didn't know our purpose. Like Lucifer had no idea his purpose was shadows. I had no idea my purpose was to just show how to walk out of that cave and exist. And Azura found out, being what smarter females, all you females, the males are a little soft, and I'm not saying all males, I'm just saying this one here just does. I'm not saying all. So if you're a male watching this, just me. Take out for all males, but me. But she is a female, understood a lot faster. But that's a female moon energy that thought just understood much more. And so she went to a higher ground to teach many moons ahead. So they're already there. You are there. She's many moons with all of you there in that society. You already climbed up the Blue Mountains, and all of you are where she's at right now. And all of you right now are talking to the female aspect right now. However, that is meant for you to talk, because all of you walked out of your damn cave. And if you haven't left your cave, we're going to show you how to walk out of your cave. But when Lazarus walked out of his cave and Jesus said, Lazarus, come forth from your cave, he is saying that right now to all of you. And Lazarus, by the way, is us. It is us. Divinely, it is us. I'm not saying, when I say us, it's me, Angie. It's all of you. It is everybody watching. It is everybody not watching. It is all of your consciousness. It is now. It is your kids that are not born. It is kids not watching. It is you. You're all Lazarus. You're all Lazarus walking out of your cave now, because Jesus Christ said, Lazarus, walk out of your cave. Drop the bandages. You're brand new. I get goosebumps because all of you right now, you're dropping your bandages right now. And you know somebody that hasn't, help them. Help the Holy Spirit. However that is meant for you to be. Buddha, any Sangharu, it don't matter. He goes by many, many names. In their Bible, there's no light and dark. It's all the same. It's all the same. But the Bible, if you read it, it talks about these energies as the same. So understand, as we're finding out, if you read, it's a beautiful book. The angry God? No. was mistaken by, they didn't understand, but that's okay because we understand now. But we get angry. It is all it means is it's just trying to say your shadow. Everybody's got that shadow, but you're in, and you notice it's the anger because you're in the cave. Jesus comes and says, walk out of your cave, because it's God saying, get out of your damn cave. You got it. It's just, remember, the first and second part is beautiful. Now, does it make sense to everybody now? Mary and Joseph, you're Mary and Joseph. All of you birthed Jesus Christ. All of you. No, he is just not a separate being that died on the cross for you. You all died on the cross. All of you died on the cross. All of you carry these wounds. All of you know that. He walked many, many, many lifetimes in one life, in incarnation, but it was God coming down, whatever you want to call his creator, a loving being, whatever you want to call him, to show you in one span how you can do it in one. And that is exactly how we do it. You can create whatever. You are your own creator. And you all know this, your own creator, your own healing. But for those that don't know how to walk out of your cave, we're going to show you now from the human perspective, the channel spirit perspective, and our perspective. Because Angie, as of now, and as you always have, Azra is right there with you. But not only with you, everybody hears my voice. Now you all hear me. Hear it in here. You all have it. You always have it. If you haven't, you have it now. If you haven't had Lazarus opening up that cave door for you, ask for it now. It will happen. However you want it to open up, it will open up. That's all you have to do. All you got to say, Jesus, open that cave door for me. But he already has opened that door for you.
But you have to walk through it.
It's your choice.
Your choice.
It's your choice. But actually, you all have walked through it. It's just remembering you've walked through it. This is just a veil. You just got to remember you've walked through it already. You've already walked up. It's just remembering this life. All you're doing in this life is you're cleaning up the rest of the garbage you clean up. But you're doing it. You just got to remember you've already crossed the Rainbow Bridge. You've already crossed and gone up the mountain. So you already crossed it. You just got to remember you've crossed it. This veil but you voluntarily put this veil on to do it again because it's a beautiful moment in this time of Aquarius. It's beautiful. And you all want to relive this moment because Jesus is back. This energy, and all humans want to relive this. This is your last incarnation. When I say that, you're all opening up to new, but you want to remember this is beings. This is big stuff. Big stuff.
This doesn't happen all the time. This is rare. Like in the Hopi prophecy, Native American stuff have known prophecies about cycles of the earth. And it was talking about how we were ending, I believe, our third and entering our fourth cycle. And it was the evolution of this planet. And that is all of us. And it is just remembering everything. And if you can remember, that's where your faith is. That's where your foundation is. That's when you're firm. That's when you know the knowing. Everything just comes back to you because you're in alignment with the truth of who you really are on the other side of the veil. Because like you said, other parts of us are up there being taught. This is just a part, a fraction of a fractal of our being that we are experiencing now. Is just a fractal of everything that's going on. We are like a diamond with many faces doing all kinds of different things, right?
Yes. And I like to add, Angie, Marcus and Lucifer, Maya, what would it say, Lucifer, is the original rainbow children. Was that no surprise at all? And so is Lilith.
And the rainbow children and rainbow warriors are the parts of God that were coming here to reawaken everything and give its life and love back to creation. So all up out of our suffering of the illusion into the divine promise of paradise.
And what did then they do that?
Yeah.
That they certainly have done that and caused a stir.
Yeah.
And that's what universe creator wants, is to create that stir to get you to learn. But actually, when I say that, he wanted to teach all of you, you create. He just wanted to remember that he's here, and yes, he created, but he wants you follow your own power. Didn't Jesus say, don't follow me, just remember you have this?
Absolutely. And today is Yom Kippur, which is the holiest day of Judaism.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
No surprise.
Right, no surprise. And today's the day that I get to take off my sad guru thing if I want to, but I was going to keep mine on until you take yours off. Yep.
We got something to waiting for.
Yeah.
We're all waiting. Both of them are waiting for something that is happening soon. If you got Michelle's message.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm ready.
Well, so are we.
Yeah. Bessie said, yes, she's the co-creator with the divine creator of my own experience. Absolutely. Once we can step back and take accountability, right, and stop blaming other people for our experience, we also take our power back. We have faith. We stand and grounded in our purpose. Blaming other people is not taking accountability, is not choosing anything other than your misery that you're currently in. And you can choose that. You can choose to continue to be unhappy. But why? Look around you. There are people waking up. There are people making changes to this world because they see the things aren't right. We shouldn't be punishing people. We should be correcting them. How do we correct them? With love. And instead of doing this, what if you do this? And let me show you how to do it this way. We don't do that. We need to start doing that. People that are homeless, let's start helping. Let's start being the love that Jesus was. The hands and the feet of Jesus is what we are supposed to be in spreading good news, which is telling people that they are okay. They are allowed to exist as they are, their authentic, true self, without having to feel like they are less than anything, because they are more than all of it. We are all more than this. Let's not belittle anybody any longer. And if you see someone belittling somebody, stand up, say something. Try to fix the situation. Ask for Holy Spirit. How can Holy Spirit change this situation? And then divinely given, do it. Do it.
Angie, tell us some stories about your girls that do that. Your girls are divinely, and especially with Emily. Talk about the boy that was picking on Emily and what Loki did.
Well, there was a boy that walked by her and they bark at her. I guess that's a thing, to bark at like emo kids or something. And she's not emo. It's silly, but they barked at her, right? And then I didn't know what was going on. I was sitting in my car in the line waiting to get my kid, and I felt anger well up inside of me and then like leave, like jump out of me. So I turned around to like see, where did my anger go? Right? Where did this go? And I see a boy that apparently barked at Emily, and it followed him to the car in front of us. And I just felt like, oh shit, like Loki's after that kid. And Em's got in the car and was like, I felt angered, like, did that kid bark at you? And she was like, yeah, they do that sometimes. And the next time I saw the kid, he had a brace on his hand. So stop it.
Or I better you alive. This is Loki now. And you don't, divine is just showing you the karma. It was not, by the way, when Azra mentioned that, it wasn't Azra saying it. It was saying this, it was his karma. When I say that his karma, basically what other things has he done is to stop further damage to this kid. And all I do is to shadow to remember, you shouldn't do this. But I'm like, you know what I said? In his sleep, I said, how would you like to learn this lesson? The hard way or the easy way? He said the hard way, like cocky. I said, okay. Yeah. But I said, no, you asked me that. But no, and I say it's divine. You got a dark you're fighting. That's ego you're fighting. And he had to learn with his ego not to do this to other people, especially. But that's him learning not to do this to others in the future. And he won't do this to others. But on the physical, he felt to learn his lesson. He had to have physical damage to him to not do it again, by the way. That wasn't me. I didn't do anything. I did not do nothing to this kid. I did not. All I said, you will learn the easy or the hard way. Me and Loki as an archangel and as my demon. And I say demon, that's a different realm, but I am not putting hate on you. All I do is remind you of this veil that you hold yourself in this ego. How much you want to hold on this ego? I'll help you let go of this ego, but you got to tell me how. We can do it the easy way. We can do it the hard way, but it's all divine in either way.
I feel like a good way of putting it, a way I look at it, is that you are the person of consequence. So you come with, okay, you did something wrong. Now choose how you want to have a consequence. And you know what's going to push someone. You know this stuff. You know what they're going to choose. You know all of it, just like God, right? This all-knowing being. You know So you're just doing the job that you know you have to do. And it's of consequence. He makes choices. There you go. What do you choose to receive for this behavior? Because we have to learn not to do it. Destiny said, why do we always choose the damn hard way?
Who wants to take this one? Marcus said he'll take this one.
Okay.
Got to remember, Azra is, this is Marcus. He's still adjusting. And some things he don't understand you humans at all. Being humans, when I said humans, he don't understand. Humans, the Van Halen song. He does not understand. Sorry, I like that song. Check it out, Van Halen, Humans Being. Twister movie. Anyway, so why do you choose it? So you learn your lesson. It's your consequence. All Loki is doing, like destiny. Here you go. We give you Loki will give you the alternate choice. Me or Lokius will always come in and give you the choice, destiny, always. And we'll say to you, easy way, hard way. And however form you hear it. And you always, because you're a badass, you always challenge us in your way, in the dream. And you say, just give it to me the hard way. Like, give it to me the hard way, bitch, to us. But when you say it, what you're trying to do is say, I need to learn it like this, to teach this in my TED Talks, to teach this in my journals. This is how I teach. It's a badassery way, because you got to remember, you all carry Loki, especially this one, Wolf. My God, you carry Wolf. And she carries Wolf. Come on, Destiny. You carry this. Yeah, she does. She can help correctly. Yeah. But that's why she kind of likes the moon. And men that kind of resemble Raku and Loki, to say. Not me, I got red hair. But that is why you choose the hard way. She wants to learn, but if you choose the easy way, nobody's learning it the easy way or hard way. Nobody learns it that way. If some situations look easy, it's because they've just learned a lesson faster than you. But they'll go through something hard because that's something they haven't learned, and boom, they just know how to get out of it faster. You're going to learn how to get out of it. The more these happen, you're going to go, bring it to me harder. Bring it to me harder. You're just like, will you stop it? That's why. It's basically what Angie just said. Consequence is what you're choosing, Destiny. Yeah. But if you choose easy, you get easy. You create this. It's you. All we're doing is we're kind of like the conscious telling you, what do you choose? And we come through telling you, but we warn you ahead. We always give you, you have free will. We always tell you how. But if you choose it, you choose it. Not ours.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do this. I say it all the time.
It's an addictive line. You got to say, choose it, do it. You got to.
Oh my gosh. Does this make sense to you guys? Do you get it? It's a beautiful message. I know we've done it before, kind of with Azra talking about why we shouldn't go back to our caves, but we really shouldn't. Like, it's like we've had two lives here. Like, we get the chance to have two lives here. The first life was crap, right? It sucked. It was hard. And now we get to take everything we learned in the first act and apply it with this. Now we have wisdom, and we have ability, and we have connection, and we have our authentic self back. And now we get to recreate something magnificent. And the more magnificent it is, the more it's going to draw the attention of everybody else that's still asleep. And they'll see it like, holy shit, you can do this kind of magical stuff. Like, it's not bullshit. You're like, it's not bullshit. Like, you can do it too.
Oh, this is Azra. I'm going to speak a truth, and it's all going to give you goosebumps. Perfect. And Angie, what I say, could you please decipher me? This is Azra. Got to remember, I don't make sense. So what I don't make sense, please humanize what I said. Right. Because that'll come through to you, and you'll go, oh, I got the message, because, right. All right. I want everybody, when you hear the first involvement of humans, that's the first part of your Bible. It's all angry. That's you. You're in your hell. So the life you live now was the paradise you dreamed of then. Every person you know now is already the same people you know. These aren't different people. Come on, this is not different people. You've all known this. I've walked out of that mountain how many damn times? I've been in there 35,000 years. I've come out astrally. This is the first time in 35,000 years I physically left. I've astrally left to show you light because I had to. And I'm not saying I showed up as Jesus, because he's one in a million. That's not me. And I will not take, I did not. That was not me. I was not Moses. And I was none of these I was none of them. He was one in his own. But I've astrally to show. But I want you all to think you've heard from hell. And like Angie said, but all the people that you're showing up in, you've all evolved. This is the paradise you dreamt of in hell and purgatory. This is now you are in paradise. So while you were here learning all of this stuff and angry, you said angry God, he was never angry, but that's just how you took it. But remember your veil, that was your anger was the veil, because that's all the first emotion that you're going to accept is anger, because it's the easiest to accept at first. It's the easiest. So you've all been in the cave. Hell, may I explain hell? May I explain what hell, the realm we talk about?
Yes.
When Loki, you remember in the video, if anybody has not watched that, please, that is when he comes out about his first speaking, which he was so nervous about. He talks about being here and being nervous and scared after the fall of Atlantis, and it's all dark. Well, that's hell. The original was dark. The light, remember how there's no time frame for this dark and light. And you just get, first there's dark, then there's light. Well, dark was the beginning of all of you evolving. Adam and Eve were not the first. And I say that they were not the first. There's been many Adam and Eves. There was one in your hell, there's one in your purgatory, and one in your paradise, each with the same lesson. And you may have the concept, the tree of life that Odin has so beautifully. I love that. The eye is all of you, by the way. You're all of Odin. He is here. So all of you carry Odin. So Freya, you all carry all of the beautiful energies, by the way. So whoever you really go with, that is your main energy, by the way. So follow that. Honestly, follow that. It's been here. And the same divine that you think it's been there, the same. But anger hell is the first part of the creation. Hell is just here. When I say hell, that's the beginning of your journey for all of you. These demons just represent all of you. Lucifer just represents all of you. Lilith just represents all of you. When he came down here, he accepted this mission. He knew this was going to be the most divine mission he was going to take. Lilith knew, but when I say that, that's all of you accepting this mission as well. He knew his darkness as he walked. When anybody's watched that, felt his pain, that's all the abuse that anybody was ever going to feel. When I say he took that, no, he didn't. That's because all of you were going to take it. He was the example of it. It's an example of how he couldn't leave his cave. And that was an example to all of you. So when I say hell, he reigns, when they say reign over hell, he helps these beings unite in the light, which is basically you uniting. In fact, I'm hoping I'm making sense. I hope, Angie, you're making sense of what I say. Yep. So hell is basically the very first part of God. The light he speaks of in creation is you now. This paradise, which he spoke with Adam and Eve. You're basically Adam and Eve and the apple and the tree. And are you accepting to let this serpent, which is your shadow self, tell you where to go or to follow paradise? And that is all that really is about. So you've all been here before. And I hope I am making sense to everybody. And the Rainbow Bridge is just this paradise that he has created. Remember when it said Noah's Ark and the rainbow appeared as the covenant? When that was you, the waters and Noah, remember when all the humans were destroyed, was a metaphor for saying, and Jesus Christ, 40 years, all to let you guys know in metaphoric terms, the water was not a destroy actually of anything. It was this right now. And the rainbow is to represent where we are now. The first part of the Bible tells you where your journey is going. Jesus tells you where you can go in your journey. This is where this is at. So I hope now this all makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe another way of looking at it is that, so our planet is like manifestation, right? So we talk a lot about a garden, that we're like a garden. So our hell is like the dirt. So it's the darkness where, because we have to learn things in the darkness, things have to happen there. So that is the hell. And then as it grows and becomes a flower and blooms, well, now it's in paradise. It went through its transfer of the darkness it had to be in, so it could handle everything to come back and be a beautiful flower.
Beautifully said, because it is hard for me. I have to speak in how I got to remember the human mind here is hard for, I go by visuals. So I have to go by my visuals, but the other mind being so advanced, I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying it's hard for me. I just don't understand. She got it. She understands. See? But it's hard for me to describe. I see things in visual terms, and it's hard for me. So I describe metaphors. Yeah. She takes it and makes it make sense.
I try. So Destiny said, yes, OMG. I wish I would have known that before. So I guess about our lessons. We continue experiencing the thing until we learn all the angles. I've learned how to be so much easier and forgiving of myself. I say choosy doozy all the time. And choosy doozy and being forgiving of yourself. Yes, we are so loving and forgiving of others and not ourselves. So I try to treat myself like I would treat my child. And I think that is a very nice self-love technique. Whatever you would do to comfort and love your children, you should do for yourself.
Absolutely. And bring out more of your inner child. Bring out more of your inner child. Carry around a stuffed animal. Michelle has all her stuffed animals. She found, and I like to mention this, when she found this one as a little lamb she got at a store and said, Jesus loves me. So we had to have it. His name is Timothy. But that's her thing. And we told her to find some children's music. And, and that is, so remember that to your child, that's a perfect example, is how you treat a child or your child. That is how you should treat others. Absolutely. Because who did Jesus love? He loved the little children.
Yeah. We should love everybody like that. I completely agree. Not just us. We should, to see, because you want better for your children. You see things in them they do not see in themselves. And you see the good. When we look at other people, we're judging, well, what's bad about them? What's bad? Stop it. What's good about them? Because there's something. There's always something, because they're part of God too. So by birthright, there's some greatness within there. They just don't remember it yet.
When you are looking at a fellow human, I love that. When you're looking at a human and they anger you, it is a broken part of you. You're refusing to heal. Everybody, they have, like I said, you've all evolved. You've all evolved, and and these are the same lessons over and over. They're just taught differently now. They're just taught differently because you expand, because the lower part has evolved. So you have to keep these advanced and advanced and advanced and advanced to where you are now. So things get harder, but it was always the same hardness, but you learn through it and know that. So just know what inner battles you learned as here, you've already learned, and here you are learning again. But it is because you wanted it so much, but it was always you creating this, but you've been here in the same scenario, the same people. But whatever you see broken in somebody else, you've walked that person's shoes. So if you don't like, Karen for some reason, which Loki does not like to be called Karen, especially during a rally, don't call him Karen. He'll go punchy punch. And by that way, that car did wreck. By the way, he wrecked because the kids told so. But that was also, again, not that he didn't do it. It was.
We were in. So we live in a
just don't say who, just a rally.
Okay. Well, we were in a rally that was on the highway. So it was stuck on the highway and we couldn't go anywhere, and we're stuck with all these people and they're rallying. And I cried because I couldn't handle it. And I felt like angels and everything in me, like weeping with sadness of what was going on around us. And so there was a person in front of us and they looked back and they called us Karens, right? All right. And the guy was drunk. So he's like drinking, hanging out the window, calling everybody names, and we were Karens. And I heard, this is the energy that killed Jesus, right? This is what I hear from the angels and stuff. And I just am weeping. And then Loki's pissed because he's called a Karen, and he was just like, that dude's going to be right? He should not have called me a Karen. And then we found out there was a wreck further where we were going, and it was that dude's truck.
It was him. And this is Loki. And by the way, it wasn't the person for the rally. It wasn't nothing to do with him. It was the energy, because everybody was out there it was everybody car to car to car to car. And you have to remember, they were feeling it, but everybody else around was feeling it too. And they're prideful of who they were cheering for. And by the way, no, we were not saying, because whoever we were about to rally, we're just because of, we don't know, they take our lives off for the simplest things.
Yeah.
But I had no with the person at all. I have no clips of the person at all they were rallying for, because I'm proud of the fact they believe in this person enough to rally for him. Yeah. And that was not the problem. I admire that, because if you believe in somebody so much, you're going to rally for him. Kudos. Thanks for it. Was just they got caught in the, and they were right for their cousin's hair appointment. They have not seen this cousin in a long time, and were late and late and late. So that was causing them to be frustrated. But I get pissed because I don't get called a Karen for nobody. Sorry.
For real. So Angie has maybe a question. I have been in a recent situation where a mother lost her son and she holds a lot of anger. Me and my husband both spent time trying to help her out of her anger and her blame. She said she hasn't seen her son's signs and she realizes a lot of it is because of her block. Yes, she is a broken human. Yeah, she's not going to, until she can deal with her anger in her own time, she's not going to feel that stuff. She's not going to be open to feeling it.
Well, Angie, I will give the other as well, Angie. And when I say this, help me, this is Loki, so help me guide this to her. Because again, you got to remember, we see vision and visionary and metaphors. Okay. So if somebody goes, why, you're very intelligent, you got to understand, we have to speak. That's how she channels, is through visionary, and how we interpret the information is visionary and metaphors. And we have to try to find the right words. We don't always find the right word, because we're advanced beings, by the way. Not saying you guys are not. This all happened, Angie, because what has happened to you? You understand this way too much. You know, through your best healing, that people, this has not been the first time this has happened in any life. This has happened in many lives. And for somehow you know how to help. You are afraid to deep down of that pain for you, because there's something you haven't acknowledged within yourself. So Jesus is trying to show you, Angie, what are you not seeing that you need to see how you can help her deblock? Because there's something you're blocking to stop your grief. Because whenever you're blocking can help her heal her block. And when this is all a beautiful song, when Angie's getting it, but I know Angie's going to get it as soon as I say it, she's going, bingo, that's it. And because you have healing hands, and so does your husband, but as well as she does. But both of you are going through the same thing. And your son is saying, Mom, Dad, same lesson for both of you, because you saw Jesus, such a teacher. But it's something you need as well as what she needs. So this is my help to you. It's a blessing. Know that she goes by crosses, rosaries as well, and prayers as well for you. You have loved the prayers and beads. And I just feel like black beads. I'm getting black beads, wooden beads. I'm not Catholic for some reason. I don't know why this is hitting, for who this is hitting, her, you, something from your past life, whatever, but it's significant to you. And songs of praise, chaplet music of monks, if you know what I mean, like and la 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 chants, Gregorian chants. And I hear this clearly for her, whether this is something to do. And as I said, we just get the message, and as Angie can tell you, and all of you know, we just reveal it how we're given it, because it'll be significance to you and you only, not to me. And it's not supposed to be to us. It's only meant for you. But that's what I get through you. So I hope that helps.
She said she was the first person she wanted to call, right? Because she knew
and
you were the one to help. I love that.
Yeah, because her son is saying to her, you need to heal too, Mom.
Yeah.
And that's a good example of what Azra was just saying. People are attracted to us, and it's something within. If there's something like that and you feel, I can't handle this, because I feel a lot of her was like, I can't handle this right now. But what it is what am I hiding from myself that I haven't yet accepted? Because she's still having kind of trouble seeing her son herself, because of her own grief, and I feel a lot of guilt coming from her as well. She needs to let go of, because he fully wants her as well. With the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas coming, Halloween, I feel it was a big thing here. And I feel he just wants this connection. I get tears. Like, I miss the mask. I miss the candy. I miss the whole, I'm getting goosebumps, the parties. You do. because that's his message. He misses that, but he needs his mom to wake up, but he needs to help somebody else, because that's what his mom does. Basically Jesus is saying, how do I put this message at work? And that's your Holy Spirit. But remember, you are Jesus. You're co-creating this as a lesson. And how can I learn this lesson through this person here?
Yeah. And just beautiful. Angie said, I did get to see his vision in the cloud the other night. Wow.
Because she's helping him, and he's wanting, because she's opening up, so that validates. And if she really looks at that, he's showing her a rainbow. He's showing her rainbows. Because that's something I feel they share. I don't know. I feel rainbow is something they share, like a part of to go to the rainbow, Lucky Charms or something. But some kind of little memory they share together. And he shows her little memories that remind her. But she's opening up because she's helping.
And to be able to share your grief to help somebody else that's there is a beautiful gift that we are given. Because love is very hard. Sometimes it's really hard to be loved. Like when I had to talk to Michelle, it was really hard to give tough love. I didn't want to call her and tell her these things. I didn't want to hurt her. I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it because that's love. And love is what helps heal people. There's just something about it. It is like medicine for our spirit, medicine for our mind. It brings truth and alignment so we can fix the mistakes we've made and to help others. And as we help others, we help ourselves, and then we connect even more. Whoa, throwing hair. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful that you lost your son and he's back and you get to connect with him, and then you get to help heal another mother, and you get to help that mother connect back with her child. It's just so beautiful, because it's the pain of it. The pain of that and sharing it with someone else is so much love. When Ellie had cancer and we were in the cancer ward and we're with all these families, there was people that would come in and cater to the families that were there. That's love. And what a beautiful love to families that are confused, they're lost, they're sad, they're sick of vending machines, they're sick of hospital food. And you come and you talk to them and you bring them food and you give them some sort of normalcy. That is big love. We need more and more gestures of these big loves. So kudos to you, Angie, for being able to be a big love for someone. I love it.
And as well for this Loki still, for her healing parts of her. So this is a good lesson for her, is right now her heart chakra is closed off. And I say closed, it's just and with Angie's permission, if she would like me to help her open that, all she's got to do is say, yes, I do the rest. But if she'll let me work on all her chakras, her cleaner aura is all she's got to do, because she's got free will. I just do it, and I can do it just like that, and it's done. But I need to do it because she's so grieved, and I want to help her. But as well, when she does it, she opens his other mother as well.
Yes, and thank you.
It is done. It is done, not fast. And say goosebumps to validate. I'm going to bring another that will understand this totally. My son, not just better as his father. No. And I came up with Choosy Doozy, the one and only Cosmo.
One and only.
I hate him. But I love him.
I love him.
I have to say that because I'm obligated. He pays me. So how you doing? I have to do that. And Choosy Doozy's my line. SOB. More of y'all. Wake that shit up. Meditate, y'all. Come on. Wakey, meditate. Come on. But to bring out some, well, Cosmo, the stars, Cosmo, in the rainbow, taste the rainbow. Woo! I did a lot. Never mind. Now, Lucky Charms. Angie knows how much hard truth did you have to give me, in life. Man, I felt so up and bad for this girl, man. She'd sit there and lay it down on me, and your sister, man, blew at your ass. I was like, and she fought, she after your phone call, she said, I feel bad. I have to pray for hours. And I know what I told her? I said, dude, that sounds like me when she came at me. And we were drunk, y'all, drunk. She comes at me, we're all eating stuff. I must say, I just almost slipped this shit out. Young kids. Well, come on, young kids. Lucky Charms, Taste of Rainbow. We were just trying to do it in different ways that we were told to. Choose it, you did it. So he does it.
So, as you were coming through, I decided to pull a card from the Rebel deck. Like right as you were coming through, which is just completely delightful. And it says you equals tight ass. And loosen the frick up. Control freaks don't get laid.
All right, y'all. It don't happen here, man. This is what does Dylan call this realm? Let me tell you, y'all. He calls it incest realm. He calls it incest festival down here. I'm not part of this shit. They're all just, man, it's sick. Not that I've touched a few. Now,
speaking of that, now we got step away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. Eat some yummy shit. Bacon, chocolate, beer. Get some. And that is Cosmo. Completely in a card is what that is. Eat some yummy shit. Bacon, chocolate, beer.
Okay, y'all. Now I'm going to just vouch this right now. I am the Rainbow Bridge, y'all. I was here. If somebody, a man hit on me, I was going to punch you too. I was going to bring you, kill you. Now,
Well,
let's just say Locaus is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'll tell Emily to add a rainbow for Cosmo.
Yeah.
But no, for real. No, that's for real. Kind of joining the, yeah. But Angie had to do a lot of hard talks with me too.
Yeah.
And I'm an example of if you do not leave your cave, you all end up like me. But I've been an example as well. But as you see, I evolved, but I was meant to walk this path as I had to learn. I had to veil even here. Y'all, it sucked. Especially knowing Pops was your father. Melchizedek. You found out he's a great Melchizedek. Mind you, I had Melchizedek teaching me all my effing life. And I didn't know this at first. I meet Loki and he's talking badass and Asgard and Viking and scars and chopping fingers and word. And how many girls that I do and forget their names. And I'm like, man, you're a badass. And he's Melchizedek. And I'm like, shit. So part of that family. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah. I am royalty. No, I choose it. I did it. But don't if you chose it and does it. I came up to work. Yo, wakey, baby.
Destiny asked if she could request some energy work as well. And Jennifer popped on to say hello, just jumping on to say you all are awesome. Hello, Jennifer. You are awesome as well. And Destiny said, hey, Cos, that's you.
Okay, quickly. Tell Destiny from Loki. Yeah. He said, done, but he didn't do it. He said, y'all, tells her Raku did it. He chose it and he does it. It is done. Boom, there she goes. Tell and Destiny as well. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. Maybe in the back astral realm. I'm in realm B. I had the pizza and beers and chocolate, y'all. I'll be wearing a little thong. man, I don't know. I hear stories from Raku, dude. I mean, I'm like, Raku's pissing me right now. He's like,
well, hubba, shut your mouth.
I'm not. Sorry, Raku. Sorry, Raku. I'm not your woman, your lady. She's your lady. Get the hell away from her, Cosmo. No pizza and beers for you. Kick your ass. He's very, by the way, scary. What? Andrew, what are you looking for?
I heard knocking, and the little yellow Eurymastix lizard is trying to get out of his enclosure. So he's over there like trying to get out. It just sounded like tiny knocking.
I think we're trying to get out of the light because I was here. I'm not really trying to hit on Destiny, y'all.
Knocking.
I'm not trying to hit on Destiny, y'all.
It sure sounded like you were.
Raku, I'm not. 100%, I'm not.
Yeah, right. He wasn't. You can trust him, right? Yeah.
You can trust me. You can trust me. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. And then work in life, and it doesn't work now. I wish I could tell the story what I thought my real name was. But I cannot because I got to keep identity secret.
You maybe say the first name and middle name, right? You can maybe do that. People probably wouldn't know.
You do it because we all just mess it up. We can't do it. We've already messed up few.
Of what you thought it was?
Yeah.
Okay. He thought it was Harley Michael. He thought his name was Harley Michael. Harley Michael.
It was not. It was not, man. And when Angie told her my real name, and Michelle goes, "Oh, that makes so much effing sense." I'm like, "You ruined my groove. I wanted to know what love was. You were a block." No, I wasn't going to pop. Don't play me pops. Damn it, Al. Don't touch your wife.
So you would tell women, you'd ask them if they wanted to ride your Harley. So why it's hilarious and why you thought that was your name. But that was not his name. It was just a line.
That was a pickup line I used for the women. I went to the bar. I had to do what I could. I said, "Do you want to ride the rainbow?" And I would say these things because these things I thought worked because it didn't. And I was just a big guy and I could give you free drinks. Mm-hmm. You know, but it depending on your level of skill now, madam. Usually you could just be really bad. I didn't care. But I would just tell them what my name was.
I got a free turkey burger from you once.
I know. You got a lot of free food if you remember right.
I was super stoked on that turkey burger though. You cooked it yourself? Like what?
Free beers.
Turkey burger.
Free beers, free alcoholics.
Yes. Yeah.
But make your ex maybe a little angry, but
made us both angry. But we had fun, and there was like it was heat things. It's torture heat things. There's a cooler of ice. You have to stick your hands in that cooler of ice to get beers out to hand them to people and pop them. You always had to pop the caps off and hand them to them. Pop the caps. It was a sight to see. You guys really.
Can I tell you a quick thing I did too? Because we're already on my bad pickup lines, y'all. Yeah. By the way, Destiny, turn your head and ears on all of this because I was smooth and it was Harley. So just don't listen to the rest of this. So when the movie Cocktail came out, I would tell women, I taught Tom Cruise that move. And they bought it. And chicks bought that until they just thought I couldn't dance and I couldn't actually do that. They'd ask me, do the hippie shake. I go, crap, I cannot do this. No, it's it. I'm drunk.
I'm too drunk.
What's up with Tom Cruise in the movie? He was acting.
Right. He was acting drunk. Destiny said it's popping.
Meet me in round B.
Yeah, around the back.
Don't tell Raccoon. I'm telling you a fake one, so Raccoon goes to that one, and I'll take you somewhere.
Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky, Cosmo. Destiny said after 3 Long Islands, she bought all that nonsense. There you go. You could have got it with just 3 Long Island iced teas.
Okay, Destiny, I want to show you what love is and was and will ever be. And my name is Harley. I'm going to do the hippie shake just for you, ma'am. Just for you. And any female that would like to know, meet me in B12, Raccoon. I want to be in B25. I had the pizza, beers, Long Island, whatever, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Long Island iced teas, y'all. Whatever. See, I was so concerned on this line to Raccoon. I'm like, what's the name? But meet me there, y'all, females. I'll light your cigarettes for you.
Yeah, I like that. I like that about you. Yeah.
I was always polite to my women.
Yeah. Right. You always said, I light my bitches cigarettes. Like, yeah, you do.
But, well, I mean, if you really want to talk about getting out of your cave, that would be me walking out of the bar.
Yeah. You give the lady a beer as she walks out of the cave. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe that's an incentive. Like, if you come out of your cave, we'll go sit and have a beer.
But they chose it and did it.
Right, well, chose it and knows it.
But, if you for the lesson, but you're hearing just the funny parts of my life. And I can say funny parts of my life. What do you say? Why? I don't know what you say. I try to pretend I was going to say it cool wise, but I cannot because I'm going, what? Sounds like weird. But I've lost a lot of memory aspect. Or Michelle's praying, sorry, palms. Ow! Anyway, Pops, not touch her. Anyway, I stayed in my cave and died in my cave. I never had the opportunity, but I had the honor, in all truthfulness, choose it and do's it, to stand there when Azra and Azura walked out of that cave. I had the pleasure to do that with my pops, and especially when he found out it wasn't him.
Oh,
That poor man was in tears, and especially when he heard that he was leaving.
yeah.
Michelle cried because she goes, "You can't take my Loki." Angie cried. I cried going,
Laura cried like we were all not okay.
no. Angie, watch again how I cried.
Yeah.
Pops is leaving. Celebrate good time. Come on. Let's celebrate. But Pops. Ow! Don't hit me. Ow. No, for real. I did react that way, and I apologize to all of you on behalf of Pops. He's paying me to say that right now. But I was, because he kicks my ass. But I would have missed Michelle's deck. But he came back.
Come here, dude. Miss Baby, come here.
I got too hyper.
Yeah. Destiny said she hated when people would light her cigarettes because she legit went cross-eyed. I never even thought about that, so I could have been going cross-eyed.
Okay, tonight I will not light your cigarettes. I will not. I'll give you a long and iced tea, y'all. I'll just do that. Raku, I'm joking.
I was at Kings Island with a boy when I was like 12, and we were standing. Kings Island's an amusement park where they have like rides and stuff. And I was standing in line to ride this Viking ship thing, and so it sways back and forth, and he was looking at it, and his eyes were twitching all weird, and I looked at him, his eyes were twitching all weird, and I broke up with him. Because I couldn't do it. And then every time after that, when I'd stand in line, I couldn't look at the ship because I didn't want to be broken up.
Your sister thought she would fall down. She said she couldn't do it. She said the one and only time. Well, no, the first time she thought she was going to die because she said she thought she was going to fall to the other side. And then your grandma scared the hell out of her, so she never did that again because your grandma said, "Oh, you can't." And then so she went on with her son Trevor, and Trevor really thought he was going to die because his father said you can fly, and scared him. His father was great, and by the way, she divorced him. But so yeah, that has not been pleasant for many people. And if you've had a pleasant experience, kudos. We have not.
I love the ride. It's one of my favorites. I like the city.
Not mine.
I like the deli. I like rides.
Hey, the only time I like is I was drunk, I could puke, and
all right. Well, we did pretty good. It's been an hour. I've got to get ready to go to a parent-teacher conference. So tomorrow, we're doing our Ask Lazarus at 7:00. Right? Yeah.
All right, well, let me bring Azra to and then you got to bring the man, Marcus. By the way, y'all, he's in the hammock. And whatever you say. Sorry, man. He what he said. I will convert you.
To what?
Asshole. You will look at me with eyes, voodoo, those eyes. Look at me he did it. I hate him. Now I'm on love you though. Hi, Cleo. Sorry. This is Azra.
Hi, Azra.
It's a pleasure to be here, and I am glad to teach all of you. I am here now. I'm the last. Well, you all had too many surprises, so I am the last. You're like, oh, thank gosh. And Azura is, by the way, in another. So if you see yourself with the female teaching, well, that's your highest self. So, and that is as well hers.
Sorry, I burped.
Well, I will bring Marcus through. No, I love the kisses. That's Marcus. So I was one a bit. But everybody, if you're out there, we kiss. It's all for you.
Yeah.
Just think of blue heaven.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to be here today. I hope everybody got some whatever the truth, the lessons, the humor, whatever. And and I'm glad you chose it to do it. and wakey, wakey, meditating, like he says, not our line. And by the way, I told him he was going to, turn my way. All humans, by the way, when you come here, it don't matter, by the way. It's just a joke. All are this like, it's just, humans have made this categorized so stupid. Anybody that is embraced what is here in the being. So I'm just, when he's joking about this, by the way. So just know that. That's also judgment and thinking. And Cosmo found it out as we taught him the hard way. And he goes, oh, I get it now. So as well, you learn here. He learned. So it's not my devastatingly beautiful body in the hammock. It was just he discovered that. But I am to have a devastatingly beautiful. And I'm not in different realm B, by the way. So you will not find me. Just find a picture, think of me, and it's me. But actually I'm a ball of light. So
oh, you're a ball of light.
We all are actually. This devastatingly beautiful. How imagine this that way. Except for Loki doesn't. But our Cosmo. But we are glad everybody was here. We really hope that you and Loki had a message for our TikTok, and we maybe do a shout out for our TikToks, Angela.
Yeah. We TikTok now at Blue Heavens 3. Come follow us. We're doing a daily shadow and light oracle messages, and we're going to try to do different things. I'd like to try to incorporate my animals. I tried to incorporate turtle butts today.
So this is Marcus. And so we all came up with an idea, Angela, and we are hoping that our followers are watching. There's two things we'd like to do. Okay. As Blue Heavens, we would like to make a playlist, and we do Spotify. So Angie Michelle will start with their songs.
Perfect.
And then everybody just add either your pick, and we will come up with a playlist for everybody. Add your favorite song. We have cards here. We got these blue index cards, Blue Heaven cards. We're going to take people, respond on the Facebook Blue Heavens page of your favorite inspiration messages you get, and we'll make them into cards.
Perfect.
And when we get ours up to 200, which is what we have, or 400, or whatever we get, your favorite, and they have to be posted on that, we will use it. And so everybody will be privy to this message. And you can, so it'll be everybody. So when you get these deck of cards, it's everybody's contributed. So everybody knows this community, you have put this on there, and is what, and you take this deck and you have other people add, and it's how we do this. But Loki's first one is when you dream it, that reality becomes you. When you fear it, that reality also becomes you. Choose wisely. That is the first one. So everybody else, this is the kind of example we're doing. Angie, feel free. Anybody, feel free. But post them on the Facebook page. And when we feel divinely, and everybody just stops posting these, then we're going to know it's time to just go ahead and start handing it, because it will just stop. So these are the two things I would like to just mention.
Perfect. I think that's wonderful. Destiny said she's been digging the TikToks on Facebook. She doesn't have the TikTok app. It sucks her time. And it was neato. Yeah, the Spotify, I've been wanting to do something like that anyway, because Gabby Bernstein has done that, and it is nice to share songs with people and community, and we do that anyway. So that's
that way we make people part of the community. Right. With their music, they've added, so when they get on this playlist, they get what Lazarus likes, what Angie Michelle like, but they'll also see their music on there, because Destiny has beautiful music, and Jennifer and Angie probably, everybody has beautiful music. So please add your music, and we'll start adding that, and we'll share that, of course.
Perfect.
And Facebook. So I'm going to give it to the beautiful priestess here so we can end it, because Angie's got somewhere to go. And please have a beautiful morning, night, day, however. I know I just messed that up in the order. And I will hand to my beautiful priestess.
Thank you all for joining us. I'm glad that we got to understand why we were delayed yesterday, for one. I think that was wonderful. I'm glad Azra is back, and I'm glad that we are here to be able to help you guys. And again, we don't want you to come to us like everybody went to Moses. You need to learn to go to God yourself. But we are more than welcome to help with validations and that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, don't rely on us. We love you. Don't rely on us. Rely on you. The same gift is in you. The same everything is within you. That's why you like us. You see that reflection of yourself coming back towards you, and it makes you happy.
Can I quickly say the song playing on her air thing is called Rise Up Lazarus.
And
it's on loop, by the way, on Spotify loop. So if you really need inspiration, it's called Rise Up, parentheses, Lazarus by Cain. And that's what it's from. And it won't give you goosebumps, but it is you. Imagine yourself walking and they'll give you that. And listen to the commission and it's from Cain. These 2 songs and another song called Rattle by Elevation Worship. These are the 3 songs that we go before you get to us, Zach. So please. But Rise Up Lazarus is playing. So as Angie said this, it just said Rise Up Lazarus. So join that, check that song out. That will be on our playlist.
So do that. Rise up. Go get something better. Go forth. Go forth. We love you. We will see you in our next live.